Good afternoon. I hope you all are having a great weekend. I wanted to pop on for a few minutes and give you a few reminders about the observation report that's coming up this week. So remember that this report should be in APA and MRAD format. You should have a title page, an abstract, an introduction. Your introduction should incorporate your literature review. You should have your methods, your results, and your discussion session, and you should also have a references page. This is all covered in the PowerPoints and in the documents that you have gotten prior to this, but I did want to issue those reminders. Also, be very careful with your APA format. Remember that you should have a running head and that the running head should be in all caps. On the title page, the running head should be labeled running head, and that should not be in all caps. You should have the page number in the upper right corner of each page. Your abstract should be on its own page. Your title page should be on its own page. Your introduction should not be headed introduction. You should have the title centered at the top of that page and go directly into your introduction. You should have headings for your methods, results, and discussion section. You may also have subheadings for those sections if you wish. Please review proper heading format for APA. Make sure that you get those right. This is the last major assignment with APA, so I'll be looking at that very carefully. Be sure to be careful with your resources that you use. Make sure you properly quote and paraphrase and cite. Make sure you have in-text citations and that those are appropriately formatted, and that you format your references page accordingly. Some people have asked about sources within the essay. Most of you are carrying out an observation, so you actually went and did the observation. You may use resources in your discussion. Remember that the results is just the results, just what information you got from the observation. That's not the place to get into analysis. But in your discussion section, you certainly do analyze, and that is a good place to bring in research if you would like to do so. You should also have incorporated your literature review into the introduction. So you should by necessity have at least 3 scholarly resources for this essay. Remember that you are using scholarly sources, and that you did use those for the literature review. If you did not, you need to rectify that situation. Those of you who are carrying out an observation report in the media may have some non-scholarly sources in the actual observation, and that's understandable. But when you're interpreting the research and discussing it, that is a place where you would want to use scholarly sources if you feel the need to bring in outside sources. So those are the big things for the report. I've answered a lot of questions on an individual basis. I have one resource that I'm going to add for you this week that is from APA and is a sample report in APA format. It's much longer than your report. It's much more involved, but you can at least see what the report should look like. I think some of you are having trouble visualizing proper APA style even with looking at sample essays on Purdue OWL, so I'll put that up for you. If you have questions, get them to me as soon as you can. I'll try to do my best to get back to you quickly since I know this is a big assignment. The good news is, after we finish this, we'll be heading back into the humanities. We'll be looking at literary research, which is, for a lot of students, a bit more pleasant after the stress of APA and social sciences. We'll be going back to MLA format after the observation report. So for those of you who are exhausted with APA, there is a break coming up. So hang in there, get these done, do a great job, and if you have questions, let me know. Remember, you also have access to the online writing lab and the writing center on campus. So please use those resources. Don't wait till the last minute. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope the report's going well, and I'm looking forward to reading those later this week. Take care.